Buddhist temples are lay organizations originally created to preserve and propagate the teachings of the Buddha as remembered by the Buddha's sermon heard directly from the Buddha by the original disciples of the Buddha. Those teachings are still preserved in the Buddhist canon for over 2,600 years. In the Buddhist canon called Tripitaka. And such preservations of Buddha's teachings have been explained by the later disciples of the Buddha through commentaries called Atthakatha. Therefore, the teachings of the Buddha are preserved in the original Buddhist canon called Tripitaka and the subsequent commentaries called Atthakatha in a literature form. We are thankful, the entire world is thankful for preserving the Buddha teaching in the Buddhist canon and in the commentaries for over 2,600 years. Therefore, even now, we can have a glimpse of the vision of the Buddha through the records of his teachings preserved by the Buddhist temples. However, these temples, as a survival technique, have turned into commercial organizations, profit-making commercial organizations, and political organizations. Now, these Buddhist temples are protected by the rich people as well as the laymen who believe in the Buddha's teaching. However, Buddha never advised the disciples to remember and preserve the Buddha's teaching through blind faith, but only through scientific investigation. Still, except all other religions, only the Buddha's teaching is preserved as an independent vision of those who can study and interpret Buddha's teachings. Presently, Buddhist temples preserve the Buddha's teachings for academic purpose, for learning, for survival through profit-making organizations. Those days, for 1,000 years ago, without TVs, radios, telephones, mobiles, etc. for public entertainment, Buddhist temples provided public entertainment in their temples through rituals, through Buddhist structures, Buddha's images, Buddhist processions, dancing items, music items, etc. Still, temples have turned into lay organizations providing entertainment for the layman. But through that means, Buddha's original teachings are still preserved for the public, especially in the Buddhist canon called Tipitaka, and also in the Buddhist commentaries called Atthakatha, in a literary form. But during the lifetime of the Buddha, as well as for hundreds of years after his death, Buddha's teachings were preserved as they are remembered by the followers of the Buddha. Still, the followers of the Buddha preserve and propagate Buddha's teaching. Unfortunately, for commercial purpose, for profit making. Even though the Buddha and his original disciples had no profit motive to preserve Buddha's teaching. Unfortunately or fortunately, as I mentioned earlier, Buddha's teachings are still preserved in the Buddhist canon called Tipitaka and in the Buddhist commentaries called Atthakatha. These writings at the moment, books, are academically studied and preserved by the layman, especially as a means of survival in the society as laymen. Therefore, temples have provided education for the layman in academic fields such as astrology, medicine, etc. In this respect, Buddhist temples have become academic centers without spiritual beings who can propagate the spirit of the Buddha found in his original teaching, still preserved in the Buddhist canon. The time has now come for the survival of the Buddha's teaching or vision for the modern world, scientific world, because only the religious teaching of the Buddha can be called scientific. Therefore, Buddha's teachings have a place in the modern scientific world. In this respect, indirectly, Buddhist temples still survive as scientific centers studying the Buddha's teachings academically. Even though rarely we get enlightened people who can directly absorb the Buddha's teaching. However, the world is catering for the vision of the Buddha about the world as preserved in the Buddha's teaching, still preserved in his teaching as recorded in the Tripitaka. We are grateful, the whole world is grateful to Buddhist temples for preserving these original teachings of the Buddha as preserved in the Buddhist canon called Tripitaka, that has been carried out by the followers of the Buddha for more than 2,600 years, even after his final passing away.